So the goal of this rule that we're going through is to give consistent feedback and use the lingo that video guys use. G'day team, Adam Cogan here, and today we're talking about video editing terminologies, and I have Eve Cogan. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
And Eve has worked at a series of news organisations in Australia and currently working at the ABC. And you're pretty familiar with these rules on terms?
Yes, great rule here. Do you know the video editing terminologies? And there's a lot on here. I think I might take you through my top 5.
Oh, okay, all right. So you already know the rule very well.
I do, yes. Yes, this role demystifies the lingo.
Okay, so let's go through this and check that we're consistent with where you work. Primary footage, use that same term?
100%. So this is the main footage telling the story.
Okay.
When we're looking at the primary footage, we might notice the footage moves a bit, and there's different ways you can direct
What do you mean moves a bit?
Well, it's not just always a one shot. Sometimes we go in, sometimes we go out, sometimes we do a different shot. And one of the most common things, rule number 19, is a cut. It's a punch in. So you might see us now, and maybe the editor of this video will choose to punch in at this moment, and you'll be able to see that.
Awesome. So rule number 2, overlay. Do you use that term?
We do use that term. There's lots of different types, including B-roll, lower third, and the PIP, the picture-in-picture. Right. It's more of a catch-all term for a lot of things. Every
time that I hear someone say overlay, I try to find the specific thing they're talking about because it's such a broad term.
Yeah.
And talking about a more specific one, a lower third is a type of overlay.
It is a type of overlay. You usually give it a little bit of detail about who you're seeing on camera.
Okay. Or some notes, a rule that you're pointing to or something like that.
The one I'll point people to, B-roll footage. So B-roll is a type of overlay. Just say you are at an event, you're filming at a conference. If the camera is rolling around, getting some shots of maybe a presenter talking or some people chatting, that's B-roll footage, and we often place it over the primary footage, and that's probably what SSW TV uses most.
Yeah, so you have a video, and we might be talking about this rule that we're talking about now. That is very meta, I know. Is that overlay? If that comes in over our faces?
Yes, that would be.
And what if it comes in just like a small section of the screen, not the entire?
A PIP, which is another one in here.
Right.
It's a picture-in-picture. So this is often in SSW's technical videos. You'll see the big screen of what the code is doing, and then you'll see their face explaining it in the corner, just to add a bit of humanness to the story.
Giving bug reports to videos. What's the most common bug reports?
Bug reports, I would say, well, that's a technical term, it's a coding term. We have very specific terms, and they often happen in the audio sphere. So if we're looking at audio, you might notice that there is a mismatch between the lips and the sound coming out.
Oh, yes.
You might say, oh, audio bug. But you could be more specific and say, I have an audio sync problem. And that's sometimes why we get a clap before we start filming.
Oh, right. Okay. So the clap helps them align so you don't have us out of sync.
When you see the hands touch and you see the jump in the audio levels, you can match them.
All right.
Another thing is if you're listening to it and it sounds a bit grainy, it doesn't sound crisp, maybe there's a train in the background, you can say, can you apply a denoise effect to that, which is in most editing software like Premiere Pro. And then maybe you're listening to this and all of a sudden Adam sounds a lot louder than Eve. You might say, Adam's audio levels are very high. Can we turn that down?
How do you fix that?
You can do that in Premiere Pro. Your video editor will know what to do.
All right, awesome. So there's a heap of other rules here. Hopefully this helps you talk to your videographer more specifically. If you're using all the same terms, then you're speaking the same lingo, everything's great. So thank you, Eve, for your time today.
No worries.
And if I've missed anything or there's something wrong in the rule, throw it down there in the comments. We're always keen to learn. This is Adam Cogan signing off for SSW TV.